The Cancer new moon wants you to ask yourself 3 questions. Number 1, do I feel emotionally safe enough in my relationships to be vulnerable in them? Number 2, when I do feel safe in relationships, how does my body tell me that? Meaning, how does my body experience emotional safety when I am in partnership? And lastly, how do I create emotional safety in my intimate relationships? Emotionally safe people in relationships tend to show patterns that prioritize regulating your nervous system. It's not that there's no arguments in the relationship, it's that there is a sense of responsibility towards the other when it comes to making the other feel secure. And they do that by being a good communicator, meaning they communicate consistently. They are responsive when you speak with them. When there is a conflict, they are invested in healing whatever was ruptured during the disagreement so that the relationship can feel bonded again. They can tolerate your humanity. They are okay with you displaying a vast array of emotions without judging you or penalizing you or making you feel other for being human. They don't call you too sensitive. You don't have to pretend to not have feelings to be able to exist in their orbit. Part of creating safety in how we use words is that we introduce curiosity. When you're in relationship with someone and they say something you don't understand or you don't agree with, instead of getting immediately defensive, you get curious about what it is they're saying because you want to receive their feedback, because it's less about you and more about what they're experiencing. So they prioritize your reality. Another thing people do when they are invested in your emotional safety is that they respect your ability to make choices for yourself. They respect your right to self-determination and to autonomy. They understand that you're a whole other person separated from them, and they respect your humanity. Emotionally safe people are not interested in controlling you. This is why they're transparent. They offer information before you ask, because to them, the flow of information going in and out of the system is really what nurtures the bond. They're not trying to manage your perception. They're simply being authentically themselves with you, and they invite you to do the same. In doing so, they actually mirror you quite well. They see you for who you are as opposed to telling you who you are, projecting things onto you that are not true. They're very curious about you and very interested in you. So however you show up, whoever you are, is enough. When a person is emotionally safe, they do all these things because fundamentally they want your nervous system to feel regulated. They want your body to feel safe in their presence. Safety is not something we acquire. We don't get it when we get that job or we get that money or we get the husband, that wife, we get those kids, we get that car. Safety is not about the things. It is a feeling within, and it's felt inside of the body. This is why Taurus is the container for safety in the world of astrology. When our body feels safe, we breathe more deeply. We breathe slowly. Our shoulders are relaxed. Our jaw is relaxed. Our heart rate is at a normal pace. Our face is soft. Our voice is soft. We feel free to be spontaneous. We eat slowly. We digest slowly. We sleep normally. When a person is safe, everything that's happening with their body is regulated, and that physiological regulation creates comfort to the nervous system. So in essence, safety is about a routine around experiences that feel nurturing and comforting. When you're in relationship with someone who does not tend to your nervous system or your physical health in the way that is nurturing and comforting, you have an obligation to prioritize the emotional experience that you're having over the emotional experience they want you to have with them. You can choose to disconnect from the emotional experience they want you to have with them, which is unhealthy, unsafe, toxic, and choose to separate yourself and reconnect with the experience that you're having with yourself. Relationships that ask you to deny your nervous system are fundamentally abusive, and unhealthy. This Cancer new moon wants us to think about how we do relationships with ourselves in a way that nurtures this need for emotional safety and how we extend it to other people. In astrology, zodiac sign Cancer represents emotional safety. The foundation of emotional safety is security, okay? That comes at Taurus. This is why Taurus is often perceived to be very rigid, very stubborn. It's because at Taurus is where we learn that without security, we have nothing that is long-standing. Emotional safety is first introduced as a concept in childhood. Our relationship with our mother is the blueprint for what that feels like. This is why Cancer is connected to our roots, our home, our family traditions, to nostalgia. There is a lot of childhood yearning as well as pain associated with the archetype of the sign. Zodiac sign Cancer is ruled by the moon, symbolized by the crab. If you've ever gone fishing for crab, you may notice that the only way to contain them is through a barrel. You may have heard the crab in the barrel expression. That expression is really illustrating that when zodiac sign Cancer is in community, they tend to outsource their nervous system to others. Crabs, when they're by themselves on the ground, can be very fast, very cunning, very self-protective, very fierce at defending their territory. They have those claws. That's why you can't catch them with nets. You need something hard. But when they're in partnership, in community, they tend to hold on to each other. And while that's beautiful in theory, the part that's not so beautiful is where they are when they're holding on to each other and whether the direction that the group is going in is in alignment with where they want to go. Crabs will hold on to each other when they're in a pot being boiled. They won't make a path for one another to get out. They will hold on to each other because to them, if we're together, we're safe. But safety isn't always about the other person. It's often about what it is that you feel inside. It's about your nervous system. It's not something that is permanent. It's something that you experience in that moment. Another example of this is a young person joining a gang. So let's say I don't feel safe in my community. I join a gang because I believe that my gang members are going to protect me. Well, in theory, it may seem like having people around is providing a fortress, but in reality, joining a gang when you live in a neighborhood where there are lots of gangs only makes you a target because now the other gang members know that you're their opposition. More importantly, bullets can travel through all of your bodies, and you joining a gang isn't necessarily reducing gang activity in the community. If anything, it just increased because you have one more member. Nobody's safer by you joining a gang. Gangs aren't disappearing because you joined a gang. Your involvement with this gang is not in reality making you safer, but you have the perception that it is because you're no longer alone with the emotional distress of living in a community that is infested with gun violence and gang activity. This paradigm is what this Cancer new moon wants us to explore. How do we regulate our emotions to create inner safety when we're in community, especially if the community itself is not safe? Joining that gang doesn't make the neighborhood safer. It gives you the illusion of having safety because you're no longer alone. But the threat, which really created the gang in the first place, is still there. Not much has changed, but now we're all together experiencing the same thing. So is it safer because we're together? Or do we believe that we're safer because we're together? And when the direction of the group is no longer safe, do we know how to disconnect and be independent? The Cancer new moon wants you to be honest with yourself about how the way that you were raised influences emotional safety, the one that you honor yourself with and the one that you share with others in partnership. The Aquarius podcast episode is up for a full horoscope reading for all zodiac signs. Link in bio to check it out so you can learn more about what this new moon in Cancer is going to do for you. So, do you feel safe enough to be vulnerable in that connection? For every zodiac sign, that connection is going to show up differently. So head over to the Aquarius podcast to listen to the horoscope for all zodiac signs. Over the next couple weeks, something is coming to an end. I want you to know what that is so that you can set some intentions around releasing what doesn't bring safety so you can align with what brings you long-term safety and security. One thing I know for sure is that it's going to change something in you when it comes to how you interpret safety, how you manage it in partnership, and the steps that you take to prioritize it when you are in relationships. Happy Cancer New Moon. You can book your astrology reading at intuitivehealing.com. You can also watch videos at Intuitive Healing here on YouTube for Astrology 101 content. Listen to the Aquarius podcast on Spotify, as well as here on YouTube for your horoscope. If you're interested in astrology and love connections, you can visit at Styled Under Libra. And of course, for health and wellness and holistic healing, visit at Styled Under Virgo for all of your astrology content. Thanks so much for watching.